My 4 cards. Who here would like another attack like that at the Brussels airport? How about the concert hall in Paris? To bring it closer to home, how about the attacks on 9/11? If we don't correct our indecisive and ineffective policies when it comes to dealing with ISIS, that's exactly what's going to happen. When we left Iraq and Afghanistan too early, we fertilized the ground and we allowed ISIS to grow. As Americans, it's our responsibility to correct our mistake. In order to do this quickly and effectively, we're going to have to put soldiers back on the ground in Iraq and in Syria. Now, when we talk about putting boots on the ground, the primary force we're talking about is going to be infantry. The infantry soldier can do a lot of different tasks. According to the ATP 3-20.98, which is an Army training manual, a light reconnaissance platoon can gather information and can survey enemy territory. We can also provide protection. We can provide screen lines. But the biggest thing we do is we take and we hold ground to deny the enemy freedom of maneuver. If ISIS is not allowed to maneuver wherever they want in Iraq and in Syria, it severely damages what they can do. We already have 5,000 people in Iraq. According to the New York Times, we have them soldiers there for training for the Iraqi army. One of the biggest reasons we should be allowed to go is we're an all-volunteer force. We'd have more than enough soldiers willing to go. There's no draft. Nobody's forced to go. We all know what we signed up for. I have a lot of people tell me, well, let's just bomb them right back in the Stone Age. Or let's just nuke them. Get it over with. Turn it all into a sheet of glass. They're all bad ideas. When you talk about carpet bombing, it's indiscriminate. It doesn't discriminate between friend and foe, enemy and civilian. You can't have that. Collateral damage isn't just a no-no. You can't do that. When it comes to nukes, nuclear options, even worse. Not only is it indiscriminate, but now you're talking it's going to damage the environment. You're going to have plant life and animal life. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to mutate with the radiation. Other people said, well, we have drones. Let's just send them over. Well, the problem with the drones is there's a lag when it comes to the video feed. And then the cameras, most of our drones don't have great cameras on them. You know, when you're talking for PID, which would be your positive identification, to make sure you know that they're not civilians, it's a little bit more difficult with most of our cameras on there. The good cameras are very expensive. Laser guided bombs would be a great option, but they're expensive. And they're laser guided. You have to have somebody on the ground with a laser in order to guide them in on target. Any given day, public opinion hovers around 50%. Now, it spikes, goes up after a terrorist attack, and then the longer we wait after ISIS is attacked, it slowly creeps back down. But during the debates, we have all these politicians. Now, when you have politicians across party lines agreeing that we need to send soldiers to deal with ISIS, that we're not doing enough, that speaks volumes. Especially nowadays, Republicans and Democrats don't get along for anything. In an article published in The Guardian, former Prime Minister Tony Blair. He's quoted as saying, "We must build our military capability in order to confront these terrorists wherever they seek to gain ground." To the rest of the world, the coming of the American soldier is always symbolized an end of tyranny and a return of justice. And I'll leave you with one last quote from former Prime Minister Tony Blair. "This is not just about local forces. This is a challenge for the West. Ground forces are necessary to win this fight, and ours are the most capable." Thank you.